Welcome to the show. We're stacked to the brim with 6 massive matches. Apparently, we've got an Akira Tozawa main event. Don't know how that's happened, but regardless of that, we've got some big matches. Kicking off the show with a battle royale, as it's become infamous for this run towards resolve. So strap on in as we get into said matchup right now. Well, let's kick off tonight's show, Battle Royale style, with the Prodigy out first for this one.
The following contest is an 8-woman Battle Royal. Making her way to the ring from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez.
Pretty in green, Roxanne Perez coming out tonight. The former television champion entering this battle royale, and this is a pretty big battle royale, to be honest. It is stacked to the brim with some big names on the breakdown division. A perfect opportunity to rise up the ranks and beat some names that you potentially wouldn't be seeing in the ring with each other, let's be honest. Roxanne, the first name, into the hat. Out the hat. We've got 7 more to join her. And well, a storm is coming. For number 2. Some of the original names in IPW go back to the days of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair teaming up together. The Spear Queens. Tonight, Jade's doing it alone, looking to emulate Bianca Belair.
And from Orlando, Florida, Jade Cargill.
As on Tuesday night, Bianca came out on top in her Battle Royale. Jade never wanted to be outdone by her partners. She's looking to realistically make that same play that her former ally made, as we say, on primetime. Going up against Roxanne Perez, also a unique matchup for her. It was something we have realistically seen. And in fact, I looked at the match card here for this bout. Solo Sikoa has picked quite a few top stars in the women's division that I don't think have ever faced each other here in IPW. Now that being said, there are some names who've certainly got some feuds in real life. One of which is Big Tiffy Stratton and Jade Cargill. Strobe lights activated for the Barbie Blonde, Tiffany Stratton.
And from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
Stratton enters this matchup arguably is one of the underdogs for all of this. The last big outing would have been against Nia Jax in a losing effort. Tonight, going to war against 7 other of the best of the best. She's kind of taken a step up towards the Ruby Belt. A championship held by a very successful Liv Morgan. But a woman with history with Liv Morgan, through thick and thin, a woman who's faced her at the showdown. It is the Annihilator, the Eradicator, the bringer of brutality, Rhea Ripley. Rhea enters this bout honestly in good stead of the women in this battle. Last we count, she did lose out in a fatal 4-way to Io Sky. Obviously, that will shake up the rankings pretty heavily. But from what I'm hearing, there's a potential chance on the horizon for Rhea to reconcile that loss. Mummy is in the house. Realistically, the competition in front of her hasn't really been on the same plane. Only Roxanne Perez so far has competed in the showdown. The toughest of the tough in the women's division, fighting one another. The next woman has also competed in the showdown. And let's be honest, was drawn into the same group as Rhea.
And from San Fernando, Chile, Stephanie Paquet.
1 point separated Vaquer and Ripley in that running. And in fact, I'm just trying to check my records here to see who won between Rhea and Stephanie. My rankings say that it was a Rhea count-out victory. Night 1 of the road to the showdown. That close affair, obviously, has unsettled business. And in fact, we've definitely talked about that matchup before. Rhea and Stephanie have definitely battled before in IPW. But speaking of retribution, Rhea could get hers here right now, because the Genius of the Sky is drawn into this battle.
And representing Damage Control from Tokyo, Japan, Io Sky.
As stated, the talent in this matchup is through the roof. As the Wub Wubs begin, Io Sky makes her way to the ring. We've talked about the road to the showdown. We have the finalist in that battle here tonight in Io Sky. Obviously, Io won out, came top of that one, only losing to Liv in the tournament in the finals. But as this field has stacked up, more and more combatants from the showdown have showed up.
And from the Queen City,
And Charlotte Flair, she's a woman scorned by that tournament. He was fresh off the loss to Fallon Henley and was kept out of the showdown. Since then, the opportunities have dwindled for Charlotte here in IPW. Now she has the opportunity to rise up the ranks. An outsider more than anything of the combatants in this tournament. But let's be honest, this is less of a tournament. It's all about general ranking. And from my perspective, who is number one? It is hard to tell in this women's division because on Prime Time, without a doubt, it is clear as day who is the top billings on Primetime. But here on Breakdown, with the new division forming, Liv Morgan, don't get me wrong, untested really as a champion. Her recent challenges have all been pretty easy. She now has to deal with some other pretty big stars here in IPW. I was struggling to figure out who this was. But it isn't the current Women's World Tag Team Champion, JC Jane. It is, in fact, Mandy Rose. A lot of women scorned by Fallon Henley in this battle. The original resolution holder losing her shot to Fallon Henley. She now has to win back position, win back trust here on Breakdown. This is one of her first matches back here in IPW. Since that loss, I would say. Opportunities have kind of dwindled for her. But now she's got the shot. Now she has a chance. Can she do it? One more woman to join. No, never mind. We're all out. And let's go. Beautiful German from Io to kick this one off. And Battle Royale rules do apply to this matchup. It isn't pinfall. No submission. The way to win is throwing your opponent over the top rope. And both their delicious feet hitting the floor. I don't know why I specified delicious, but... And no, I don't have a foot fetish, but anyway, let's get into this battle. A lot of big names in this one. A lot of names also in position to try and climb the rankings. I'd say you've got Tiffany, Roxanne, those who have had a bit of a history here in IPW battling one another. You've got Stephanie Vaquer in the picture, as well as stars who want to kind of grow early in their careers, wanting to rise the rankings. Then you have the likes of Mandy Rose, Charlotte Flair, wanting to bounce back after heavy losses, who have taken a break, a hiatus. And then you've got our first elimination. We don't even get to talk about her. Stratton eliminates her, and now it's our favorite move. The face is going to be pulled. Woo! There you have it. But yeah, I was about to talk about Jade and how she's realistically one of those middling women just looking to showcase her worth, earn a title shot. But that's now out of the picture. Speaking about the picture, Flair could be going, as could Stratton, but neither do get tossed out the ring. Io's hanging on and bites back, skinning the cat. Tiffany does the same on the other side of the ring. A lot of carnage to kick us off. Mandy Rose sent out, and she's gone. Tiffany scored 2 eliminations in the early goings of this match. Eyes on Io. Thought she was going to go pile driver, instead turns it into a backbreaker. Flair nips up, but caught immediately by Roxanne. Stratton and Rhea battling here. Rhea could be going, as could Vaquer. The two Dommy Mummies could be leaving us right now. Neither do. In synchronicity. Both boots being put to them, and both fight back into the ring. Those two recently teaming up on NXT to beat my favorite team in the whole wide world, Fatal Influence. Alongside the Bird Lady. The irony of that feud for me. But yeah. Focusing back on this match. It's Io and Vaquer battling. They've got some history. Wrestling at WrestlePalooza. Stratton speared
Stratton has been eliminated.
off the apron by Rhea. Those eliminations Stratton has gone to waste as Rhea busts open Flair. She's looking to secure her second in this match. Flair could be going. In fact, I think she will be. Bye-bye, Queen.
Charlotte Flair has been eliminated.
We're down to 4. It is Rhea Ripley who's got the electric chair hooked in on Roxanne, who's also pulling a face. You could see the scaredness on Roxanne's face there, and she might be going flying now. Rhea's done the work. And no! Roxanne catches her up on her back. Pop Rocks connects. Roxanne catching Rhea off guard. And now turns her attention to Stephanie back here. Puts her in the corner. Stephanie in trouble. Roxanne, though, caught with a boot to the back from Io, who comes charging in. 619, but it's caught. Roxanne brings her down. This matchup is bubbling over. We're closing in on greatness as Vakir flies and takes out Io. Rhea dropping Roxanne with a enziguri. Final 4 of these women certainly deserve it. Once again, Roxanne fighting off of Rhea. Meanwhile, Stephanie, Koji Clutch applied, utilizing her opponent's finisher here. I was going to say she's learned her tricks from Fatal Influence, but Stephanie's not really had a run-in with that group. And now she's in trouble. Perched up top, eats a punch from Io. Roxanne's on the verge of eliminating Rhea. Puts her over. Spanish Fly on the other side of the ring. And Rhea's surviving. Rhea sent over the top. Roxanne misses a spear. Instead tries to come through with a springboard enziguri. Vakir's gone. That came out of nowhere. Meanwhile, Io getting hit with Pop Rocks comes out from absolutely nowhere as well. Roxanne, the only woman standing right now. The Prodigy has 2 former world champions in a difficult situation. Rhea eliminates her, though. We're down to Io and Rhea. Storied history between these 2 women. One of which that comes back to last week as well. Revenge, the name of the game for this one, as Io's touching Rhea in an awkward position there. Puts her up top, though. Trying to get rid of the Eradicator. Mommy punches back. Io fighting back out the grasp of Rhea Ripley. It is a battle between 2 legends of wrestling. A Shote from Io drops Rhea. Rhea sending Io running, cannot get her into an awkward situation to eliminate her. Instead puts her on ropes, and now she's got her pumped up high. Lawn darts her out the ring. And Mommy wins the Battle Royale to open the show. Revenge has been earned. Rhea survives 7 other women. 7 main eventers, let's be honest. And takes this match, takes the dub. While I'm going to be honest, I think she earned herself 4 eliminations in this bout. She eliminated Roxanne. She eliminated Io. Tiffany went first. And she got one more to finish out the elimination spree. Tiffany and Rhea went and basically eliminated 6 stars between themselves. That is nuts to say.
Here is your winner, Rhea Ripley.
Could we be seeing in 2 weeks' time a date with Destiny? Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley could be closing in on our cards. We will have to see as we move into our next bout. From fast-paced eliminations to a bit of a brawl. Big E's in the house.
It's scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the New Day from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 285 pounds, Big E!
And we've got trios action on our hands. Big E out first, and we'll get to talking about what's going on with this matchup and why it's happening. But let's just say this.
It's a new day, yes it is!
Thank you, Big E, for finishing the sentiment. Trios action with the New Day.
And at a combined weight of 417 pounds, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, the New Day!
Simply put, if you're unaware, these are your number one contenders for the World Tag Team Champions. And tonight, well, they're in trios action in a warm-up bout ahead of their challenge. And let's be honest, this isn't going to be a simple walk in the park for New Day. Oh no, sorry. They're going to be entering this matchup in a pretty interesting state. Because, well, their opponents are what makes it interesting. For the first time in a couple months.
And at a combined weight of 493 pounds, the undisputed World Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos!
The tag champs are in the house here on Breakdown. And they are bringing the gold with them as they make the way to the ring. If you're unawares, tag belts across all divisions, the mixed tag, the men's and women's, are both defended on Primetime and Breakdown. A representative of both brands. Well, the Usos, they get to ship jump whenever they feel like it. So long as they hold the belt, they are, well, going on both shows. Tonight, they're going one-on-one, well, they're going toe-to-toe with their challengers in the New Day. And they've brought their younger Usos to the battle to aid them in this trios match. All hail the Samoan Werewolf.
And from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Hatu!
Jacob, as we know, a vicious battler, former television champion. Here tonight, he's stepping in to help his Usos and basically showcase the strength of the bloodline versus the power of positivity the New Day possesses. set to be a bloodbath. This is no ordinary trios battle. Oh no, siree. You think we like it that basic? Oh no, 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 no. We are going to war. We are going thick and fast at it. Tornado tag rules apply. This triple threat, well, trios tag team battle already off to a hot start with a pinfall attempt here by Kofi Kingston. And yes, our second bout of the night, another multi-man matchup. This time 6 stars instead of 8. But these 6 stars, I'd say, arguably main eventers in some regard. Only, I would say, Xavier Woods, not a bona fide main eventer. Jimmy probably out of that picture as well. But Jay, main event Jey Uso, obviously former world champion. Big E, former world champion, as is Kofi Kingston. Jacob, former US champion. Rising up the rankings, though, in the companies that he is competing in. And what's interesting about this matchup, for those who are unaware, Jacob and Big E have a bit more at stake. Obviously, they aren't competing in the tag team division. But, as a whole, rankings will be affected in this matchup if they fall short. They are realistically looking to win this one. There's pinfall attempt here from Woods. Doesn't net much of a count. And the first weaponry brought into the picture here by Kofi. You kind of have to think about the situation of this match. Of how we progress forward. It is going to be hectic. The referee is currently prone on the mat. She's been taken out. The beautiful Gail refereeing this one as well. Remember, the way to win this match is pinfall or submission. DQ out of the picture. Countouts, what are they? Tornado tag rules applying through this all, and the picture is basically anything goes. There's a pinfall attempt here. A referee gave it the slow hot count that deserve it of the situation. As Kofi just hits Big E with the sledgehammer. Still keeping the pressure on here. And it's good luck keeping track of which Uso's which. I have certainly not done so. Xavier. Was he thinking of dropping the dime on Kofi there? It certainly looked like it. But he's now caught here by one of the Usos. Big E being charged down and super kicked by Jacob Fatu on the outside. That's the battle we kind of want to see. One of the Usos just evaded Trouble in Paradise as a beautiful powerbomb on the outside connects. The Usos return to the ring to battle in a New Day. Their challengers is Big E. Still brawling with Jacob. Kofi, I think, hit Trouble in Paradise inside the ring. However, easy pin breakup there for one of the Usos. The other ate the big kick to the face. Jacob currently dealing with 2 opponents right now. Finally gets a bit of backup. But Xavier's still taking them both down. The action slowly returns back into the ring. Xavier Woods steps in, sent running, a drop down, and then a beautiful power slam there. It's the Bloodline controlling the ring. Drops the axe onto Kofi. Inside the ring, Xavier fighting back. Springboard up, down. Beautiful DDT. Busts open on the Usos, but he is caught, impaled into the mat. Pinfall attempted by Jacob. Kofi's coming in time and does break it up. Big E going to the weapons arsenal, picks up a baseball bat. Starts slogging here, but keeps going through with a lariat. It's now Jacob sending Woods running. Kofi gets in the way of that maneuver. New Day controlling the ring here. Jacob Fatu in the troubling position. Woods brings the kendo stick into play. He's battling the two Usos, as Jacob's just getting his ass handed to him here by Big E. And Kofi, a beautiful springboard from Kofi into the pin he goes. Jacob's down, not out as he gets out at one. The Usos now return to the ring. Sent into the corner is one of them. The other lied prone. Xavier drops the senton. Big E's pulled the straps down, but the super kicks are starting to fly. Big Jim connects with one. Jay now applying pressure to the super kick Kofi. The back drop suplex onto Xavier as a pinfall attempt. Big E's in the middle of a power bomb, but Kofi kicks out. An Uso splash connects onto Woods. Big E breaks that pin up, but he is now in danger. Mat slam on top of the kendo. And the Usos, they have the ring to themselves. Jacobs busted open Kofi. And Kingston fighting back. Trying to get control of the ring, but turn dime there from one of the Usos, who's heading up top now to fly. We got a flying Uso on our hands as a pinfall attempt. Not going to come through. Now it is. There we go. Big E getting back up. Count of two, and no, nearly. Wood kicks out in time. Big E caught right now in the Usos. And Jacob Fatu teeing off here on Big E. Enziguri super kick combo. Meanwhile, it is Jacob taken down by Woods. Kofi's back in. And Kofi might be going out as quick as his partner, Xavier, went out. Big E battling with two of the bloodline right now. He's not been given room to breathe. Jacob with a headbutt, but that's a setup for the Trouble in Paradise. Kofi connects. Big E playing guard, but he can't stop that Uso charging in and breaking it up. Also hitting the referee there. Woods getting back up here as Kofi takes down a Uso. A big high knee misses there from Woods, but the stomp from Kofi doesn't. Jacob's in trouble, but now so is one of the Usos. Hit with the neck breaker. Kofi controlling the ring, sledgehammer in hand. He's teeing off here on Jacob. Fatu flying through. Stops that onslaught. And he's looking to fly now himself. Hits the splash. And he's going outside. He realizes maybe there's a chance here. Maybe an opportunity. Seize the day, but Woods. Scrunchies. Up one of the Usos. Big E. Big ending on the other. The ring's empty, bar Woods. He needs to get a body into the ring to go for the win. Big E does not care. He's taunting. Jacob Fatu, the only member of the bloodline, realistically unharbored right now. He wants to battle Big E, get the big meat, but he's not going to get it. A DDT from Kofi stops that from happening. A New Day, they're showing some grit, determination to get the win, but This might be a mistake as Kofi SOS connects. Doesn't go for the pin because Xavier's hitting the big thwapping kick. Woods catching the other Uso. Pinfall attempt should come through as a roll-up here to cradle from one of them. The pinfall attempt nearly gets it. Big E so close to victory. Trouble in Paradise does connect. It's a glazing shot for the big ending. The New Day tee off. But it's in perfect line of sight. Jimmy or Jay breaks it up. Goes for the cover here, right in front of Big E. They need to empty the ring. But they aren't doing so. Trouble in Paradise yet again, staggering one of the Usos. Sets up for the sidewalk slam. Into the pin goes Big E. Jacob slow to get in. Doesn't matter. It's not enough to secure the victory. Jacob caught. Hurricane Ranad. Kofi caught now. Avoids the punch. But he comes over. Springboard connecting crossbody onto one of the Usos. Xavier's got the other one tied up. Big E dealing with Jacob right now. The ring, it is the New Day in control right now. Everything is going in the power of positivity. Kofi avoids the shot, hits the lariat. They just need to end it here. Put away the Usos. Put away Jacob Fatu. The bloodline could be ended. This discus forearm could have done the job. That chair shot. Also the same. Woods heads up top. Walking the ropes. And drops the elbow. Misses though. And sliding punch to the face from Jimmy. Sets down Xavier. Jacob rolled back in. For Big E to pick up the pieces. Military press. Slams him down into the pin. We've got a prone Uso almost gone. Trouble in Paradise connecting on the other side of things as Jacob's battling Big E. The pinfall attempt comes through. And no. Doesn't get the win. How much more is needed to put away someone in this match? The big shots have been connecting. Boom, drop as well. Kofi connecting. Big E caught, Samoan dropped. Xavier not charging in, instead caught. Pinfall attempt there by Kofi. But the Usos, they control the ring right now. Short arm clothesline puts down Kofi. Samoan drop puts down Xavier. Jacobs back up. Pinfall attempt broken up again. Springboard. Kofi keeps flying. Missing though this time. Caught with the neck breaker. Jacob takes down Big E. Xavier takes out one of the Usos. Pinfall. No. It's just a mass amount of headbutts that busts open Big E. Xavier drives one of the Usos into the mat. A two-man Trouble in Paradise, I think. It almost was. Samoan drop takes down Xavier. Jacob's really the big threat right now for this team. The chop block takes out Big E. And now, super kick to the gut, followed up with the punch. Kofi's in the drop zone for a flying Uso. And this wasn't the Uso I was thinking was going to fly. But it is the one that connects. No, finally goes for the pin. Xavier's hooked up. Big E's hooked up. No, he isn't. He's given the chance to run in and does so. The baseball swing not in time. This match still rolls on. The New Day still battling. Kofi keeps firing through. Takes the back. Beautiful snap German. Rope break called though on the situation. And I didn't even realize there were going to be rope breaks in this one. Bodies scattered all over the place. Woods staggering right now. Breaks the pin up though. Chop block takes him out. Kofi caught now. And Jacob heading to the second rope. Flying and connecting onto Woods. Big E hooked up. Planted down. As is Kofi. Pinfall attempt onto Big E here by the Usos. No. Not enough. But we've still got a flying Uso on our hands. Connect. No, missing with the Uso splash. Woods and Big E control the ring. Kofi's getting back up. He will be next to enter. A sit-out powerbomb from Big E and a stalling vertical from Xavier. The ring is controlled by New Day right now. Jacob, though. Belly to bellied. Over the top he goes. Big E now weapon in hand can control the situation. Subdue his opponent. Flying through with a baseball bat shot. The Usos though back to the feet. They have outside control. Woods is down and Jacob's going for the pin. In for the win. 1, 2, 3. It's Fatu who secures the victory over Big E. But for closeness, competitive battling, I don't think we'll have seen a closer matchup than this that we could have got. Let's be honest, when we go towards this title match between the Usos and the New Day, it's going to be hard to pick a victor between the two teams, and especially when they aren't the ones involved in the fall. You start to question who will walk away with the championships. We're closing in on that date with Destiny. But until then, the Usos continue their winning ways by assisting Jacob Fatu to the victory here tonight.
Here are your winners, the team of Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Jacob Fatu.
Usos, or the Usos, victorious tonight. Can they ride the momentum to next week? We will find out. How can you top that epic trios tag match? By adding some more lights to the situation. As it's time to roar like a lion.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, Nikita Lyons.
The hard hitter. Bringing dummy, thick power. And the heart of a lion. Ready to roar into battle here tonight. But I'm afraid I've got some bad news for Nikita. Her opponent squashes lines for dinner. As the champ is in the house, the air raid siren begins, and the sapphire belt comes out.
From San Diego, California, the prestigious Pure Wrestling Champion, Nia Jax.
The belt is not on the line. However, the champion, he's destined, determined to put people in their places. Arguably, I would say on the Mount Rushmore of women here in IPW. The inaugural Undisputed Women's World Champion, The only woman to win 2 Rumbles here in IPW. A feat that's not been matched just yet. But this is going to be hell. Simply put, Nikita's in a world of pain. There's no easy way to say this. The champ has been in a foul mood as of late, knowing she will have to defend that championship rather soon here in IPW. And she needs her warm-up. Simple as that. Keep the women at bay in her division. Nikita got a little bit rowdy. And now she is going to be squashed by the irresistible force. That is the plan anyway for Nia. Obviously, Solo Sikoa putting this match together. He likes the irresistible forces colliding, shall we say. Or it's a word, or a section of words that I used moments ago in the entrances. He likes the dummy thick ones. And that is why he is putting this match together. Anyway, Nikita finding back to her feet. Gets reversed here. Nia back in control. And what we are seeing is something interesting. On the way to the ring, I did notice that Nia does have leopard print all up her gear. Little bits also on, well, lion prints on Nikita Lyons. Which is the more superior animal? In tigers or lions? Certainly right now, that right hand of Nia's is a better weapon. Is more deadly than either animal. And she's looking to potentially end it here. Has the powerbomb position hooked up. Sit out powerbomb from Nia. Brings down the hammer with that. Almost secures the victory. And clear, visible frustration can be seen. Nia keeping the pressure on though. Going for a choke here. Straight jacket into the neck breaker. And tossing around the body of Nikita Lyons, who, let's be honest, hasn't really been able to do much in this bout. It has been all the champion. This is something that we have seen in Nia's form. She is destructive. She is an immovable object. Hard to slow down. No one's been able to do it in so long. She's really a difficult person to beat. Nikita's got to try really hard to do so. She just strikes there. Nia shrugs it off. And Nia comes firing through with her own big shots. And Nikita actually going to get her own in. Hits the dropkick, and this could be a good turning point. A grounded Nia is a good target, but Nia does not stay down for long. Pinfall attempt from the irresistible force. Gets a 2. Not been able to land a finisher as of yet, but still, the amount of pressure and the amount of control Nia has had has certainly swayed the favor of this bout. Pinfall attempt here from Nikita. Reversal of position. Jacks into the surfboard. Up and over. Gets the win. Technical wrestling prowess from Jax to secure the victory here. Very much a squash match. Nikita, well, I think had an opportunity to maybe strike, maybe get into the bout. she was kind of just subdued. I thought when she evaded the big powerbomb, I thought maybe she could keep Jax pinned to the mat. Keep her down there to strike through, but no. Jax came back swinging. And then technical wrestling. Get the bridge over. Force the opponent to bridge out. A hard thing to do when your opponent a lot more stronger, a lot thicker, harder to get out of. And Jax showed it as she picks up the victory here tonight. Well, it's time for a bit of NCC.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Blackpool, England, weighing in at 200 pounds, Charlie Dempsey.
Don't ask me why I just spelled quarter with a C. It's NQCC. It's Charlie Dempsey enters the ring for this one. We kind of spoke briefly in the last match about technical wrestling. He's looking to showcase his here with a bit of catch style. Up against what I'd say is a very difficult opponent. Now I ask you guys, does he stand a chance against the Viper? I think no.
And his opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 295 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton.
The former television champion who has never been given a shot at a rematch for his belt is finding his way here on Breakdown. In the new look division, he is no longer a threat to the mid-card. He wants the top billing. And tonight he's being fed some easy opponent. We're starting to see a bit of this from Solo Sikoa. Setting up easy opponents. Certain stars. To potentially build future higher opportunities for them. Remember, ranking means a lot. The decks can be stacked in certain stars' ways to get them into specific matches at Resolve. Randy tonight looks ready, looks determined to put down Charlie Dempsey. Can he do so? Can the Brit upset the Vet? The crowd think it's going to end in one way and one way only. I don't disagree with them either. As the RKO chants filled the arena, the Viper begins to strike and unleash his venom here onto Dempsey. Thumping away, pounding down on him as well. He's already coiled up to strike. As we begin our first tie-up. And Randy overpowering Dempsey. Dempsey fights back though. Throws a few of his own strikes. Question mark kick to the head. And then a beautiful double knee to the face. Dempsey's not going to back down from a situation like this. Randy, we know, veteran of the game. Skilled to the brim. God knows how many championships he has actually won. It is quite a high amount. But Charlie Dempsey, former Heritage Cup winner. Technical wrestling is his bread and butter as he's sent running into a back elbow from Randy. The Viper does keep coiling up here. Ties up for the third time in this matchup with Charlie Dempsey. Dempsey gets a return of that first tie-up as he's the one to overpower Randy. Now takes control with a side headlock. It is a war mover that can wear down the opponent, force them into an uncomfortable position. Dempsey lines Randy up, hits the boot, and goes for the pin. A unusual maneuver, but it is unpredictable. Orton was not expecting it. However, the shot that followed, he did expect, and now has taken control of this situation. The neck's got cranked, and Orton once more, he is just toying with his opponent. Constantly just sizing him up over, beautiful snap vertical suplex. Orton striking back as Dempsey trying to grasp him. But the Viper, we know his game. We know how good he can be. He likes to bait in his opponents. Strike while the iron is hot, some may say. As he heads up top, unusual territory for him. And that's why he misses with the splash, and now Dempsey sends him running up and over. Dempsey's getting a bit cocky here. Orton, slow to his feet, does make his way up, and yeah, he is now cocky. Taunting on the outside. Dempsey trying to chase him down. Instead, he is the one caught by Orton, who slams the body onto the apron. Orton putting the pressure on here. Dempsey sent into the LED ring post. This matchup to start things off is really slowed down. Certainly fits the tempo of an Orton match as he hits the drop kick. The count continues here. Reaching 6. Orton rolls out to break it. But the Viper still staying on the attack. Boot to the face, and now bringing Dempsey back in. Orton does not want to win on the outside. And honestly, it is the smartest thing to do, but this is unique, maybe dumb to do against Dempsey, who's a skilled technical grappler. Escapes the hold from Orton. Sends him running. Next in the corner. Dempsey through. Clothesline to the back of the skull. Orton ducks a couple of shots, but eats the third, and now a headlock takedown from Dempsey. Charlie is in control right now. Orton is being put to the test more than anything here by Dempsey, who's not slowing down the offense. When he is able to attack, he is. Orton, though, catches him. Beautiful drop kick by the Viper. Lines his target up. Can't connect in the corner with Larry, and instead it's Dempsey putting Orton in. Is he going to show him how it's done? No, he's just going to remove the turnbuckle. Dirty from Dempsey. But he is caught. 1, 2, short arm clothesline. Orton hits the power slam. Vintage Orton as he coils up to strike. The Viper has his target locked. He drags him to the rope. I think we're going to get a little bit stupid. Vintage Orton connects into the pin. Down for the count is Dempsey. But he's still alive in the match as he kicks out at 2. But the maneuver that Orton's been using all match, the RKO connects. A blooded Dempsey down for the count, and he is somehow still in this. Orton, though, he's coiled up again. And he strikes again. The Viper RKO's his way to the win. A matchup, honestly, that had a lot of promise for Dempsey. He did take some big shots, and that inevitably led to Orton having the opportunity to hit the vintage. That then in tow allowed the easy double RKO combo. But that stalling to take the turnbuckle off, it allowed Orton the opportunity to recuperate, come charging in and hit the lariat combo that set up for this. The DDT planting Dempsey, and then it was just systematic from there for Orton. One RKO. Bang. Plants down Dempsey. Slithers into the pin. And he manages to kick out, but this, 2 in a row, boom. Dempsey stood no chance. One big concussive shot into the second, and he's done for.
Here is your winner, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Orton maybe questioning his skill set, as he is able to win here in this matchup, but it wasn't easy. He had to wait for his opponent's mistake to secure the dub, but he gets it nonetheless as we advance to our next bout.
It's Chelsea Green.
It's time to dial up a bit of a hot mess here on Breakdown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, Chelsea Green.
Does anyone else in IPW get a cooler announcement than Chelsea Green? Probably not. But she is deserving of it. As well, she now steps into the ring. Former television champ gets to go for it. Why not? She is given a difficult opportunity here. Or an easy opportunity in some regards. A tester match for her. The woman
And
who
her
will...
opponent from Glen Ridge, New Jersey, Katana Chance.
The woman who brings the party atmosphere, but also the woman to eliminate the Kabuki Warriors from the women's tag tournament on Breakdown. Let's be honest, Katana Chance, unique in her style, unique in her abilities, now has the opportunity to rise the ranks. Going up against Chelsea Green is no easy matchup, let's be honest. Speaking from experience, she is no pushover. Obviously, we saw last week Green and Niven in a losing affair to the Kabuki Warriors. Tonight, Green wants something. She wants to earn a win against a woman who beat the Kabuki Warriors. So she's going to war here with Katana Chance as these two ladies tie up in the center of the ring. It's going to be Chance who overpowers Green to start this one up. And a clean break by the two ladies. Not something I expected to see to start this off. But the Canadian-born wrestler is going to play fair to start this off, which is always nice to see. There's Chance now, stomping and kicking her way into the back of Green. And we don't really talk about Katana Chance's prowess in the ring, but she brings a lot of skill, as that's a beautiful springboard maneuver up over the top to bounce off the middle rope inside the ring to hit that drop kick. It is unique, it is athletic, and it's that style that we talked about in her entrance that just is so encapsulating. One of the best probably in the game to bring unique offense to a match. She's certainly doing so here to start things off as she heads up top. Green is in the drop zone right now. It's a long distance crossbody, but it connects for Chance. She charges in off the rope, tries to go over the top of Green, but Green avoids it. And now, backslide. Looking to steal the win here is the former television champ, but a quick stare down between the two ladies reveals that Chance isn't going down easy. Airplane spin as she goes whirlybird. And around Green's head as she brings her down for a 2 count. Chance, we know, has that killer code breaker that did put away Oscar during our run toward city limit. And since that moment, Chance and Carter obviously losing against the PFC. They've not had a chance to go back towards the titles. You may have to feel Fatal Influence watching on this matchup for a potential chance to shut down one of these two ladies' teams. Because we haven't seen the Kabuki Warriors get a shot yet. They were eliminated second in the tournament. Carter and Chance could be next #1 contenders. Who knows? The women's tag team division is fairly new. So new challenges aren't something in the picture just yet. But Green, Chance, looking to maybe get their teams in that picture with a victory here tonight. That Green is potentially moving towards. But Chance maybe trying to take that control back for herself as she picks the ankle. But Green fights her off. Through with a couple of shots here is Green, who sends Chance running. Both ladies try to pick the ankle of the other, and both failing to do so. Green caught with a basement dropkick. Chance takes her down. This time she gets her, picking the ankle and walks the back. Cocky with the maneuvers. But Green gets the arms up. Rough Rider through. Stops the kick to the head and drops her with a Rough Rider. Tribute to her husband, Big Matt Cardona. As now Green has Chance locked up. Not going to be getting the unprettier. And Chance isn't going to get to sweep the ankles out. Green's cocky. Charges in, misses with the high knee. Chance hits it. The 360 code breaker goes for the pin. Down for the count is Green. He's able to get out in time. Chance crossbody off the top. Hits that splash. Heads back up top. Green in the drop zone for a Feeney. Chance brings down Green. Avoids the 450. Chance has Green in the corner. Charges in. Hits the dropkick this time. Katana, you have to put away Green soon. Because Green's getting pretty strong. This might do it. Down goes Green with the Hurricane Rana. Chance lines her up. The roundhouse misses. Green connects with a couple of her boots to the gut. Up, over she goes. Chance might have blew the opportunity. And Green's going to put her away. No, not going to go in prettier. Instead takes out the knee. With her palm there. Chance hooks her up. Head scissors slam into the mat. Green down for the count. Only staying for the 2 though. Chance needs a little bit more here to get the win. Hurricane Rana brings down Green. And Green could be done for here. Chance, around she goes again. The killer knees to the head. Down for the count is Green. And Chance not going to get it just yet. Chelsea surviving. Pure instinct. Green hooks her up, shoulder breaker. Brings down Chance, who's now set up. Brought to the corner. A scoop, no slam. A scoop, no slam. Instead of inverted DDT. And this Rough Rider might seal the deal for an Unprettier. Can she connect this time? The answer is yes. Hooked up. Drop down. The Unprettier. Green into the pin. Down for the count is Chance. And she is somehow still in this. Chelsea getting frustrated. But who can blame her? She needs a second. Unprettier. Connects with it. Down is Chance. And that's game over. As a hot mess wins. And shuts down the trickster Katana Chance. Green reverses fate of last week to turn it into success this week. What will happen with Green and Chance moving forward, we will find out in the future. But right now, it is Green who gets the better of Chance. But it was a back and forth affair. There was no out and out runaway. Chance had the opportunities. 2 360 co-breakers. And a missed beanie. It was inevitable from the miss that Green was going to end up winning. This Unprettier wasn't enough. As Chance rolled that shoulder, she forced the second. Green planted her, and that spelt disaster.
Here is your winner, Chelsea Green.
Green secures the W, the bounce back win. Can she ride that wave of momentum? That's the next question. we will see in the future. But now, we've got our next bout on the tap. Ready for you right now. So I'm getting word that Akira Tozawa requested a main event here tonight. And Solo Sikoa is in a giving mood and allowed him to compete in the main event.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Alpha Academy from Kobe, Japan, weighing in at 156 pounds, Akira Tozawa!
Interesting decision here by Solo Sikoa to put a star who's not really competed here in IPW. He's clearly wanting the belt, though. Not something I typically would expect to see from a guy who doesn't get too many matches, as we say, but nonetheless, given the opportunity here tonight to compete in the main event. And yeah, it's going to be fun to see how he handles this. I also heard that there were rumblings that it's a squash match in favor of Akira Tozawa. Maybe. Uh-oh. Maybe not. The hall opened last week, and it's continued to have business this week.
Texas, weighing in at 362 pounds, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry!
Welcome to the Hall of Pain, Akira Tozawa. You are not gonna like what's in front of you. Last week, Ethan Page got inducted into the Hall of Pain. Mark's got another name ready tonight, as he looks to continue his warpath. Tozawa regretting his decision to ask for a main event now. It's Henry, calm, subdued, ready to go. And the first shot goes in favor of Henry. Just brings down Tozawa with power. Henry in his debut cut it fine, to be honest. Ethan Page, all ego, did bring it to him, busted open Henry, but in the end, world's strongest slam enough to put away the smiling Ethan Page. But right now, this is more like what we expected. Tozawa just getting tossed about, brutalized in the early goings here by Mark Henry. Finally, Tozawa fires back. Misses though in the corner. His elbow hurts. And Henry, he's now in trouble. Tozawa gets to strike onto Henry. But Mark rolls out the way of the next one. Tozawa can't drop Henry just yet. Caught on the shoulders of the big man. He is able to fight out of that fireman's carry. Throws a couple of knee kicks. And is fighting out of Henry's grasp pretty well here. Avoiding the big man who's stumbling about, staggered on his feet. Dropped with the double axe to the back of the skull. But Henry fights off Tozawa's advances and gets flattened in the end. The big man, the world's strongest man, in control of the situation. Akira, his path to victory is going to be a hard one. Because Mark Henry is resilient, number one. Number two, his power is unmatched. And number three, He just absorbs punishment for days and can fire back with even more power. Henry fights back to his feet, needs to realistically work over Tozawa, just squash him like a fly. He's going to put a boot to his stomach, comes charging through, hits the splash. That could be a flattened Tozawa in the middle of the ring, down for the count. Only nets the 2 though. And Henry, he knows what he must do. Hook up Tozawa for the world's strongest slam. Brings him down into the pin. 1, 2, 3. No. Not a 3 just yet. Tozawa survives. But I've got a feeling it's a short-lived survival. The Alpha Academy member is going to fire back. For how much longer will he be able to? As he gets Henry, nope. Not going to get him in a pile drive position. And Henry, he's turned this around. Maybe not. Tozawa fires back. Sends Henry, no. Henry sends him running. And Henry drops him down. This is not where you want to be if you're Tozawa. In the drop zone. Bam! Big time splash from Henry. Flattens Akira. Only nets the 2 though. But he has been squashed like a fly. And Mark, he's getting maybe a bit frustrated here. He might want to put away Tozawa right now. Takes the back. Up and around. Brings him down with a power slam. The world's strongest man feeling himself. But he could be caught here. Roll-up attempt as Tozawa trying to steal it. Maybe not. As Mark reverses the position and gets the win. Akira made the same fatal mistake Nikita did. Never try to pin a giant. Or try and roll up a giant. It will not work out for you. And Mark just squashed him. All his weight pressed onto the shoulders. Akira could not kick out. And Mark squashed his opponent. And someone certainly did get their ass kicked. His name was Akira Tozawa. This match, it was systematic. It was simple destruction from the get-go from Mark Henry. He crushed Tozawa. He gave him no opportunity. And this was the mistake that Tozawa made after this. Slam plants him down. The roll-up failed. And this, all the weight of Mark Henry on his shoulders, he could not escape.
Here is your winner, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
A crushing victory for Henry in the main event. And thus, I must bid you all adieu. Thank you for joining me here tonight on Breakdown. We'll see you at the Underground this coming weekend. You don't want to miss that. Peace out.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that stack, taking big swings.
I've finally watched that NWO promo. And I understand it now where the came from.